is up, everybody? Hello to all the Masters of the Universe fans out there. This is an exciting time to be a fan. We've got Revelations coming out in just a few weeks on July 23rd. Can't wait. So a few weeks ago, I did a quick review, not so quick, but I did a review of the Masters of the Universe Revelation teaser trailer. I don't do a whole lot of these videos, but I figured I'd do one more for the official trailer. So I'm going to take a look at that in just a moment. Just want to give a big shout out to Kevin Smith for putting all this together. Personally, I'm really excited for the show. I think it looks fantastic. We're getting all these characters, many we haven't seen before or we didn't see in the original series. Clamp Champ, we've got Stinkor. We're going to see Stinkor for the first time. I know he's in the 200X series. I just moved to Korea in 2011. I think that's when it came out. And I missed about 10 years of whatever was going on with Masters of the Universe. I was just out of the picture. So I missed the complete classics line, and I do regret that as a real big fan of that line. Anyway, Kevin Smith, we're putting all this together. Mark Hamill, he's very active on social media, which is great. I mean, how cool is it to be able to reach out to some of your childhood heroes and actually interact with them? And they really show an interest in a lot of these things. You can tell they love it, they enjoy it, and they're happy to be a part of it. They know it brings so many people a lot of joy. There are also the people who are disappointed. They're worried about what they're going to see. I can totally understand where people are coming from. You know, personally, I was really disappointed with the Star Wars prequels and then later with the sequels. And there's some of the same arguments there. So personally, I think the new Revelation series looks great. But I can understand we've been disappointed a lot over the years. And I understand why people are a little reluctant to get their hopes up. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it looks great. One of the arguments has been that He-Man is going to be kind of sidelined and the story is more about Teela. And people have said that's not the case, that's not true. Guess we'll have to wait and see. One point that I would like to make is that I think if we do take He-Man out of the picture, I think that's going to happen. I think Skeletor is going to defeat him in this battle that they have. He's going to be sidelined, maybe banished to another dimension, who knows. The sword is split. And this will give other characters a chance to really shine. If He-Man is out of the picture, then other heroes have to step up. This also gives a character like Faker the chance to take over as He-Man and really use Faker to his full potential. So to me, it only makes sense that Teela would naturally progress in her career to become Captain of the Royal Guard. If you remember in the original film, she called herself Woman in Arms. I don't know if they're going to go with Man at Arms or Woman in Arms. Either way, I think that's a natural progression for her military career, if we can call it military. And then also her being the sorceress's daughter, we see that she's kind of dedicated her life to kind of refute magic and to be very rational-minded, and now they're asking her to use magic. So yeah, I think it's a great character arc. I think they've really done some smart writing from what I can see with this. So I'm all for it. I think it looks great. And I think by the end of it, we're going to see He-Man come back bigger, stronger, better than ever. So yeah, it all looks good to me. So anyway, I'm going to put on this trailer here and I'm going to react to it a little bit. I'm going to slow down some of the scenes. I'm going to pause it and talk about what we see and just my take on all of it. So definitely let me know in the comments if there's anything I miss or anything that you agree or disagree with. Let's check it out. Here we go.
Magic gave birth to Eternia, the first planet in all of creation.
Okay, so right off the bat, we see Eternia, the playset. We didn't see that in the original series. I think the original Filmation series had ended before this playset ever came out. I'm a huge fan. My short story here is, I think the first job I ever did in my life, I was in a supermarket commercial when I was a child, and I took the money I made from that. I was in grade 2, and I used I think about $100 I got that day. When I got my check, I bought Eternia the playset. Actually, I think I went directly to Eaton's or Zeller's after recording the commercial, and my mom picked it up for me. And then when I got my check, I remember waiting so long, I couldn't open Eternia until I got my money and paid my mother back. So I was drawing her pictures of like Darth Vader and putting them up on the fridge saying, Eternia is mine, but when do I rule? Saying, I want this playset. It's in my house and I can't open it yet. So I love it. Absolutely love the playset. There's another story about that where my wife actually broke one of the tracks. I'll tell that story maybe next time. She loves that story. Anyway, so Eternia looks great. I don't think we'll see much more of it than that, just this flashback. Maybe we'll go in deeper. Maybe we'll get to see some action, some stories actually set in this pre-Eternia. So they're saying that Eternia was the first planet in all of creation. So that might go back to the He-Man Bible. I'm not sure. I don't remember hearing that before, but I can dig that. It seems like it's plausible. I feel like Eternia really comes from like a dream. Me and some friends have some theories on that, or some writing that we've been doing, but I think that works for the show. They say if Eternia rots and destroys, then all of the universe is destroyed. So they're really putting the stakes up there, making it, much more important. You really feel that it's do or die here. So that's great. Let's keep going.
But now the magic is gone. And without magic, Eternia will rot and die.
So the magic is gone. So this is interesting. Why is the magic gone? We see Skeletor using magic in the teaser trailer, probably more in this trailer. Why would the magic be gone? Is it because Skeletor wins and Skeletor takes all the magic from Grayskull, which is basically the magic of the universe? I'm gonna guess it's somewhere along these lines. Okay, so Skeletor has defeated He-Man. He's got the power of Grayskull. He's unlocked the secrets of Castle Grayskull in the universe, and he's taken all that magic and power for himself. And if he's not stopped, the universe is wiped out. Let's go with that.
I built a life of truth, away from magic. Now you want me to save magic?
So a quick flash there of the Royal Palace. It's looking a little bit more purple than the pink that it used to be. It looks pretty good. Looks a little bit like the palace in Naboo. I think it was called Theed, but a little bit more colorful. Okay, now we've got, looks like Teela is throwing down her tiara, if that's what we call it, a tiara. I guess that's signifying that she's becoming tougher. She's not a princess. She's tough. Let's see. I think she's looking pretty good there. I know she cuts her hair later, but right here she's looking pretty good. Now it's interesting that they've got Sarah Michelle Gellar, one of the top teen icons of the 1990s. I had a crush on her. I think a lot of us did. They've got her doing the voice. I think she's a great choice. Interesting that the Teela doesn't really look anything like her. I think it's quite common that they'll actually make the voice actors, they'll draw the characters to represent the voice actors a little bit. I don't see that here. I don't see this Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Teela, which is too bad because, yeah, she's beautiful. Okay. Sorry, Teela. Teela looks a little bit like, what's her name, Fox from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Megan Fox. I think she's not my favorite actress for sure, but I think she could actually pull off Teela. She's kind of got the right facial features and the eyes. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got Teela, and I missed who she's with, but it looks like they're trying to sneak in, probably to Snake Mountain or some other secret base, and they've got masks and robes, and the masks seem to be like a snake motif, which could mean Snake Mountain. Probably. Now we've got Stinkor. Finally we see Stinkor for the first time. And he looks great. I did a little comparison here of Stinkor from the 2000X series on the right and Stinkor from the new series here on the left. You can judge for yourself what you like better, but I think he looks pretty great. Good to see old Stinkor in action. I really like his green stink. His big, bright, green-colored stink. Okay.
Yes, to save Eternia.
It looks like he's getting his ass kicked here a little bit. It might be in a different location, so hopefully we'll see all of these characters more than just once throughout the series. It looks like Teela is now in ancient Japan.
If I don't do this, everybody dies.
He-Man, if I don't do this, everybody dies. Okay, so the stakes are high. Well, I'm pretty sure he doesn't do it. Sorry, He-Man. you didn't do it this time. You tried your best. Your friends are going to have to help you out. That's what friends are for.
Whatever became of Eternia, we'll face it together.
Okay, so now we hear Adam saying whatever became of Eternia. So this sounds to me like Adam is either in the future or he's visited by someone from the future telling him you have to stop this from happening. So when he says whatever happened to Eternia, he may not specifically be speaking about something that happened in the past, but something that happened in the past of a future time, if you hear what I'm saying. So it looks like, let's see, looks like they've gathered all these heroes.
We'll face it together. No one else dies.
We'll face it together. We've got we've got Triclops here. It's interesting that his visor is reddish rather than black or greenish, but he looks great. He looks good. We get to hear him speak a bit more here. We saw him with longer hair in the teaser. Here we don't see his hair at all, so maybe he's got it up in his man bun, or maybe he's giving it a chop.
We'll face it together. No one else dies.
No one else dies. Here we go. Prince Adam, and who is he with? I think it's Vikor, King He-Man, and looks like Hero on Adam's right. So this is really, really cool. These are not characters that I would have expected to see in the show. So I think they're really giving us a ton of great stuff here. Like they're not holding back. They're giving us so much. I think the designs look great, really cool. Some people have a problem that they've changed the skin color of King He-Man. My argument was Nick Fury. Nick Fury, they changed him. Samuel L. Jackson played him. I don't think anyone complained about that. He wasn't featured in the series before, so I think it's fine. It's fine to design him how you want when you're introducing him for the first time, and it's good to be inclusive and give more fans someone that they can kind of identify with. I have zero problem with that at all. I think he looks awesome. Hero, we can't see his face, so I'm curious to see what he looks like as a toy in the comics. He always kind of had this childish, squishy face. I'm hoping he kind of looks like the old He-Man or Prince Adam toys. Anyway, they say nobody else dies. So to me, that's implying somebody has died. So who has died? My guess is it's either going to be King Randor and the Queen Marlena. Maybe the two of them, one or the other, or both. Or the Sorceress. I think it would really make sense for it to be the Sorceress, which would make Teela have to step up and take her place once the magic has been restored. And maybe we would see the Sorceress kind of return like a Jedi ghost, a Force ghost, right? Maybe in death she can still communicate. I wouldn't be surprised if they carry over that idea into Masters of the Universe. I think it would work. I'd love to see it. Let's keep going.
The Sword of Power was destroyed.
Not destroyed. Divided.
So the Sword of Power was not destroyed, it was divided. So this is interesting that they're going back to that original idea of the two halves of the Power Sword. They need to find them, put them back together, probably get it into the hands of Adam. But maybe we're going to see another hero. Could be Orko. Maybe we'll see Orko become the mighty Orko. Maybe we'll see, who knows, maybe we'll see Stinkor wield the sword. I don't think so. But who knows who it could be. We might see, who knows. Interesting that they've divided the sword. If they used to divide the sword like this, they've now divided it, you know, like this. So they've divided it a different way. I'm not sure why, but well, there's not really much of a difference. Just maybe to sell more toys or to give us something new. So yeah, it works. Let's keep going.
Whether you serve Grayskull or Snake Mountain.
Okay, so whether you serve Grayskull or you serve Snake Mountain. Now, I assume that this is Man-at-Arms. We saw him earlier with just the mustache. Now he's got the full beard. Looks like he's either been banished or he's been on the run. It looks like he's been away from the palace for quite some time. Maybe he's sneaking in somewhere and it's taking a few weeks. Maybe he's on a quest. I might be wrong. It might be King Randor, but I'm pretty sure that's Man-at-Arms, right? Looks good. Looks great though. And I think this is Cringer we hear talking. Whether you serve Castle Grayskull or you serve Snake Mountain. Okay, there was a really quick glimpse at Snake Mountain. How awesome is that? We've got, looks like the traditional, you know, going back to the Filmation Snake Mountain. We've also got the playset. Merge those together. That's a pretty fine looking Snake Mountain. I think most fans are going to be pretty happy about that. I mean, this is why I think so many of us are really excited about this show. They're giving us so much great stuff. So, you know, despite what you don't like about it or, you know, the imperfections or things you would have done differently, I think they're giving us a lot here that we can really enjoy if we focus on the fun and the imagination. Is incredible. Here we go again with Triclops. Who's that now with his hands on him? Is it Beastman? Yep. So that's pretty cool to see Beastman. It looks like he's either cleaned up, he's kind of clean shaven, or he doesn't have his makeup on or something. He doesn't have his war paint on, something like that. I just lost my light here. Let's see. I don't know, maybe it overheated. Okay. So we see Evelyn wielding her magic. We see the Rotons, which were featured in the teaser trailer. Now we see Cringer giving this speech. Now this is one of the only things that I personally don't like so much. I don't like Cringer's voice. And I'm not sure if this is actually Cringer saying this. It might be words spoken by somebody else and they just edited the trailer to make it look like Cringer is speaking. Maybe it's him, but he kind of sounds like Winnie the Pooh. He sounds like Winnie the Pooh. And he sounds like a little bit too intellectual for Cringer. I'd rather hear him sound more like Scooby-Doo or whatever, but you know, I gotta wait and see it. Maybe it'll work.
Whether you serve Grayskull or Snake Mountain, we all gotta work together now, or else Eternia dies.
I assume, you know, they test these things out and they react to it, and if it wasn't good, they would change it, right?
What were we ever fighting for? Being a hero swallows you whole.
All right, what were we ever fighting for? Being a hero. All right, now He-Man looks pretty angry here, doesn't he? He's got the red eyes. Okay, he's fighting with Teela in a second. It's Faker, right? Isn't this Faker? It's got to be Faker. We just saw that there's a new Faker toy, a Revelation Faker toy coming out soon. And again, I think He-Man's going to be sidelined. Faker's going to be taking his place. And this might be when he kind of reveals himself. Maybe Teela figures out he's not He-Man, and then he fights her. And after she realizes who he is, the eyes change red. Kind kind of just to symbolize that she sees through the disguise, and he's now revealing that he is the evil Faker He-Man. Okay, which is very cool. Faker's a fan favorite character for sure. Really glad that he's going to be back in the series. There we saw Teela falling in this pit. That looks like it could be the pit in the trap door in Castle Grayskull. I personally wrote a scene similar to that where Adam is going through Castle Grayskull for the first time, kind of like the trials, the origin story of He-Man, and I have him fall into this pit and into darkness, and then he's basically got to kind of not give up hope and climb his way back out of it. So that looks to me like it could be a dream sequence. Maybe Teela is falling in a dream, but maybe she has to pass some trials inside Castle Grayskull.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Lots of action here with the Mer people. We've got Teela and her sidekick, the girl. I'm not sure what her name is. Some other people know who she is. She's new to me. We've got Roboto. Roboto's blasting some zombies. He-Man and Teela tag teaming on Whiplash. Now Teela's got her hair chopped. Alright, now Teela's fighting off these guys who look like they're like in a cult that worships Trapjaw. Sorry, I always say Trapjaw, I mean Triclops. It looks like Triclops is fed up with Skeletor. He's started his own sect, and these are his followers or minions. And they look kind of like the Inquisitors. I think they were in the 200X series.
Behold! The Lord of Destruction!
Behold the Lord of Destruction. So here we have the great Mark Hamill himself. Sounds great as Skeletor. You know, I think it was great news when we heard Mark Hamill was going to be doing the voice. And yeah, sounds awesome. Our friend Mark Lapping pointed out that this looks like Spikor changing into Skeletor. So it looks like Skeletor might have been in disguise as Spikor for some reason. I'm not sure. That's interesting. Were they always the same character? Who knows? Let's see. Alright, then we got this giant beast. I think this is a shadow beast crawling up out of something. I think he's taken on Orko. Now, sometimes I talk about my own writing, but I always had this idea that Orko would use his magic to try to make some beast or monster gigantic to fight off Skeletor, and then but he accidentally the potion or powder backfires onto him, so we have this giant Orko outside Snake Mountain that has to that sends all the evil warriors running. It looks like this shadow beast might have been enlarged by magic, or maybe it's just one huge ass shadow beast. I don't know. Anyway, it looks great. We've got He-Man tossing around some Mermanians. Didn't notice that before. He throws one right into Skeletor. Very cool. Now we've got Skelegod. I think this is one of the characters people are most excited to see. He looks great. I'm not sure how he's going to play in. I think there's a lot of ways they could go about it. I always like this idea that Skelegod almost like sucks your energy out of you, which makes him stronger and glow brighter, right? How cool would that be? He senses your fear and he just steals your energy from you.
Still know the tune?
Okay, there we saw Mossman. Mossman looks like he's transforming. I think this version of Mossman is able to, I think I've read this, he can change into any plant, transform his body, and it looks like here he's kind of, it's like he had melded into his surroundings and now he's just emerging out of it. It was very cool. Quick shot here of our friend Mark's great drawing of Mossman from a couple years ago. It looks like the design for this series is very similar, which may be coincidence. Maybe they saw it and they're inspired by it, which is equally awesome. It's very cool. So Mark, loved your version. I like this new version as well, and they're very similar. I'd say that that's very close. And yeah, I think Mark said this himself, if any of our artwork here at the Drawing Challenge or the drawings we do personally have inspired anyone, that's great. You know, these are all original characters that we didn't come up with anyway, so you know, we don't have the rights to them. It's fun to share these ideas and use what works.
Still know the tune?
Some things you can never forget.
Still know the tune? Some things you can never forget. Okay, so we all think of the original Masters of the Universe, He-Man. In the world of the show, but maybe we'll hear it. Maybe they'll work the original theme somehow into the world of this series.
Some things you can never forget.
Okay, only on Netflix, July 23rd. Awesome. So we're not sure yet how this is going to be released. If it's going to be the first half of the series all at once, or if it's going to be weekly. Personally, I would love to see it come out every Friday, give us a chance to watch it, talk about it, theorize, you know, make predictions, and also for us at the Drawing Challenge, to give us a chance to feature a different character from each episode each week. And yeah, they might do that. They might release maybe 3 at a time. They might release the first half of the series. Then I'm suspecting the other half is going to be either just before Halloween or just before Christmas sometime, which is fun either way. So looks great. We've got a chat going on Masters of the Universe Drawing Challenge, asking which characters you're most looking forward to seeing and why. I'm going to post that in the link at the bottom here on Twitter. Please do let us know what characters you're most looking forward to and why. And let's join in the fun. This is a great time to be a Masters of the Universe fan. Thanks so much to everyone who's participated in the challenge, who's checked out this video, who's liked our artwork, who's shared, who's commented. It's much appreciated. And can't wait for July 23rd. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hope you guys are looking forward to it. Take care, and we'll see another video sometime soon.
Still know the tune?
Some things you can never forget.
He-Man.